Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope everyone's having a great morning so far. I am negative, 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 but it's all right. I needed those trades to happen to kind of make sure I knew what I wanted to do with certain setups. So I'll take it as learning lessons. All right, we just finished off some high impact news. So see what kind of happens from here. Wasn't really much movement, honestly, but whatever. Good morning, Amelia. How are you? Yes, it's Friday. But you know what? I'm starting to hate Fridays because it's been this way for a while, but I just always feel like by Friday, by the time I make tweaks on Friday, I'm like, bro, I cannot wait until Monday. Now I gotta wait the whole weekend for the market to reopen. And isn't Monday a holiday? What day is Juneteenth? Oh, no, it's 19th. Okay. So the holiday is the 19th. Okay. But yeah, eventually, once the market slows down a little bit, I'll show you guys the trades that I took before I got on stream, but I lost every single one of them. But no, I didn't lose every single one. I broke even on two, and then I lost three. So I haven't had a win just yet. Hopefully by the time I get off, I can at least get back to break even, or at least under 250. Y'all know how I am. As long as I'm under 250, we're good here. But yeah, we'll see. I am still multiplying the contracts on account number 23 because no matter what, I need to either get it back to the full drawdown or I need to fail it before the end of today's session. So if I have not done either of those two by 10:45 when I get off, I'll just come back at 2 o'clock during power hour and try to trade it then and see what happens. But then I'm gonna like go with way more contracts then. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, one of the trades, I basically didn't realize that before today I only had one example of that. So in the one example one, I used to not trade that at all, but then I saw it set up and I was like, oh, well, maybe this is a thing. So I went ahead and I wrote it in the rules as something that can happen. Well, it won that one time and then today it lost. So guess what? 2 examples in 5 weeks mean no. And then another trade that I lost was a counter trend divergence trade that happened it was a sell at the buy rotation level, but the rotation level went through the body of the candle. And remember, the rotation levels paint at the highs and lows, right? So it's almost like me taking a regular divergence trade where the previous swing goes through the body of my entry candle, which is how I do not trade. So when I looked at the other examples that I had where price was at the rotation level, guess what? It wicked through it. It didn't go through the body. So that was the one example of it going through the body and it lost. So that kind of was my fault because I should have thought about the fact that this is still, even though it's a rotation level, it is at the high of the previous high. We're trading at the same area, so we should be treating it the exact same way. So that kind of was my fault. And what else? I had another divergence trade where the color changed twice. And remember, I lost a trade like this earlier this week, but I thought it was just because the major bias had changed in the process, because later on that same day or that same session, I had another divergence trade set up the exact same way. The color changed twice and I won. So guess what? We're going back to, for counter trend divergence only, the color cannot change twice. And this is what I mean by the color changing twice. Now, if it was like this trade setting up, which this is invalid, but if this trade was setting up, color changing twice doesn't matter. If it's a pullback to any of my levels, color changing twice does not matter. But for counter trend divergence, it does. So basically every loss that I had today is going to be mitigated in the future and we're good. We're good. Good morning, Applejacks Wednesday. Wednesday what? Good morning, online safety. Ooh, we get hearts and roses this morning. Hello. Oh, you was telling me Wednesday was Juneteenth. Oh, I was like, today ain't Wednesday, girls. You all right? But yeah. So I told you guys I didn't really care much about how today goes. I mean, of course, I never want to be negative, but my whole goal for this week was to work out whatever last minute kinks that I needed to work out so that when my account with $700 in profit comes back next week, we rocking and rolling. That's what I care most about, honestly. And then I do have another account that also should be coming back next week, if I'm not mistaken. Let me account 22. No, that's the only one. I forgot that I only have 3 accounts now. Because I don't know. I just felt like having 4 accounts to trade was not important anymore since my accounts are lasting so long. So yeah, I kind of wanted to start off my PAs with 5, but I think 4 is enough. It really is. 4 times 2,000 is $16,000 a month potentially. That's more than enough. More than enough. All right, so oh, I think I actually, oh no, I didn't. The POC wasn't where I wanted it to be. All right, not interested in this sale. I'm really just kind of waiting to see what happens after this first reversal bar. We're going back towards 2 support levels, which is the current and prior open. So no sell here, but I want to see what happens with after we push down, wherever we end up pushing down from. Not interested. But yeah, if I could just get back to break even, we'll be good here. We'll be good here. I don't like this buy either, so I'll just wait. Might be a little chop fest for a second. We'll see. I saw it late. Oh. I went back to my roots and traded London this morning. And how did it go? And would you trade in London? Did you not trade this morning? Oh yeah, just so you guys know, I did read this morning that some people are getting early charge for PAs and evals, so check your accounts. I think they're trying to find the root of the cause now. But I think they said it might have to do something with some of the resets or something that they've been doing. I don't know. But just be on the lookout. I got to see my babies yesterday. I had to go do my nephew's hair. They were so excited to see me. All 3 of them. But they are thinking about cutting my baby's hair. I don't like that. He didn't want to smile because he was mad that I took my phone from him. I'm like, boy, I have to go home. My little schnookums. Why is it so... Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like, why is it so dark in here? I forgot I got red lights on and the red is too dark. Give me a second. I think I usually do blue, green. Oh, green's better. Green works. Good morning, Trenches. It was great. Yeah, with the 10 a.m. I figured London would be less stressed. I was right. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. But with your strategy working during New York, do you think that you would still rather trade London? Or are you going to kind of do where if there's a certain news event during New York, you rather trade London, and then if it's not that news, you rather trade New York? Trenches, how's your trading going this morning? How's everybody's trading going this morning? I don't know, was the break even a valid trade? I feel like my break even was a valid trade. I think I only had one valid trade this morning, and that was the break even. Oh yeah, I actually need to rebuild my charts because for whatever reason, oh, I can't have that there. All right. For whatever reason, I'm getting this object rendered error. So when I got into my very first trade, that might lose. I knew it. When I got into my very first trade, my charts actually froze really bad. It didn't only on my entry chart, so I know that it's something with this, and it probably has to do with... Actually, I don't know because that's not an object. I don't know. But something is giving me an error, so I'm going to have to rebuild my charts and kind of see what's going on because I have no idea. And I'm really trying not to break even with zigzag changes, but I'm just seeing that most of my losses have to do with zigzag changes. And I used to, like, a long time ago, I used to break even with zigzag changes all the time. But I haven't been, and I'm starting to think that I might need to start doing that again. I only do it with counter trend divergence, but the losses like this are extremely annoying. Now, it could be like maybe I only need to break even when there's a color change or something like that. That could be a thing possibly, but it's starting to annoy the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. So I probably need to look at that because it's been happening way too often. But yeah, I think that might be the issue. It's the color changing. How do I want to play this out? What account is this? I still got 2 weeks left on that account. That's enough time. I'm okay with that. Now, the good thing is most of the time when I'm stop out like that, it is a true trend change, but I'm just trying to figure out like how I can prevent the full loss if I can. But like I said, I think it's the color change. That's the thing. I don't know. I really don't know. What I've gotten filled, I kind of missed out on this sale, but because this is a trade I would normally, I mean, not the sale, the buy. This is a trade that I would normally take. However, because we were in the zone, being in the zone just kind of threw things off a little bit as far as me not knowing whether I wanted to take the trade or not. I know I don't want to take this buy though. It's something I looked at over yesterday, I think. Good morning, True Seeker. How are you this morning? Today's trading is going well. I'm back. Good, good. I haven't read your Discord message yet. I think I logged on and answered 2 questions and then logged back out. Pretty much if there's 10. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, let's see, 1300. So the way I'm gonna play the afternoon, if I end up, which it looks like I am gonna need to trade the afternoon for the account that renews on Monday, I'm gonna trade from 2 to 3 Central Standard Time, and I'm gonna do what I did when I got my other account back, which is I'm just gonna look at what half of the drawdown is and determine my contract size based off of that. And then kind of go from there basically. So it's either going to blow in 2 trades or I'm going to be able to bring it back within probably about 2-3 trades or so. 2 or 3 trades. And we just go from there. No sell here. I'm really just looking for the buy to see if we push through this zone or not. But yeah, I want to go into next week just no more tweaks. If I do need to make tweaks, it's going to have to be really minor things. What I might end up needing to do, and I know I don't have any problems with any of my divergence trades, whether it's counter trend or stuff like this, where it's just a bigger pullback to continue down, that kind of divergence. I know I don't have any questions about that. I don't have any questions about the alternate divergence, whether it's with the trend or counter trend. I don't have any more questions about the pullbacks to my middle or major level. I really, yeah, I don't feel like it's just small shit, which has always been for the most part, to be honest. I think probably the last thing is me looking at the zigzag changes with the color changes and seeing if I need to break even. Because the reason why I think that needs to be a thing, right, is anytime the color changes, we're changing trends, right? At least the minor. The major might be the same bias, but the minor trend is what matters most to me most of the time. So if we change from a downtrend to an uptrend, right, and then we reject it there, and now we change back to a downtrend, to me, if buyer pressure comes in, that's kind of letting me know that the trend change was not that strong. Now, if this zigzag changed, but we had no color change, I'm cool with staying in those trades because most of the time, they're going to work out anyway. But I think that that's my issue right now. I think that's the issue. So, yeah, we're going to see. We're going to see. How much volume is in this swing? I think it says 2,000. Probably proposing that message. Be careful, girl. You are crazy. You are silly. I also want to look at like when the color changes and then the zigzag changes like that before it would, you know, take profit for me if I can get in for the reversal. Because like I said, most of the time it's telling me that the trend is ending, and you can see on the 30-second chart, literally the trend just changed from there. So it would be a nice trade to where if I break even here because of the zigzag change, then I just get in for the long-term reversal. Now, I don't know how long I would probably just hold it to the seller pressure line and just leave it at that, but I don't know. That's really, I hate when this happens because now it's making this a higher low, but it's really not. This is really the higher low, but that bar probably came like one tick from closing down or something. Yeah, if we could just get back under 250, we'll be fine. I got like $150 to go. Not interested in the divergence sale. I'm just waiting for the buy pullback at this point. Is my computer up loud or something? Oh, it is. I'm like, normally I can't hear the music. Why can't I hear the music? This week is kind of actually honestly been pretty slow. Like last week, even though it was choppy, I got way more trades last week. But this week, as I've been making adjustments each day, I like go back and make sure I look at, you know, previous weeks and X out whatever is not supposed to be there now based on new adjustments. Why is it so cold in here? And yeah, most weeks I should get at least about 40 trades. And this week, after I made adjustments yesterday, it's only like 2, 4, 5, 6, 13, 14, 16, 18, maybe 20. So it's like half of what it typically should be. So that's not good. Let's see, green. No bueno, no bueno. No trade there. I was looking for the buy, but POC was too low. Plus, trading inside the zone, I'm not really a huge fan of with this particular pullback. It looks like it's gonna work out, but I couldn't take it no matter what. Anyway. You can see it was a divergence pullback to my major level right here. But let's see if we continue the uptrend or if we start consolidating here and push down. Good morning, Rio. How are you this morning? Good morning, good morning. I need to go. These people playing on my top. Why is this still being held in reserve? This money should be paid out now. They're gonna piss me off. Alright, I gotta reach out to them. I told y'all TikTok is holding $2,800 from me because they closed my shop. But it's been 90 days and they're supposed to pay out the money in 90 days. And I was supposed to get a payout on the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th so far. For a total of $1,252. And then the 15th, I should get a $600 payout. The 16th, I should get a $900 payout. Where the fuck is my money? So now I need to screenshot this. The market's not doing anything right now, so I'm just kind of waiting. And you know what? I need to figure out how to trade. Let me see. Was this going to be a break even or what? Because this happens so much, y'all. Like, I got to figure this out. I'm probably going to look at this weekend. That one might break even. No, it was a full win. This happens a lot. This particular setup right here happens so much. And it's driving me insane. Now, I don't know if I would have wanted to take that one in particular since, you know, we're trading back towards the bottom of the zone. But this particular setup just happens so much. It drives me insane that I cannot trade it. And it wins a lot. So basically, it's pulling back to my minor. My minor and my middle level are right here. Minor is a sell, obviously. That's the color of the bars. The middle is a an uptrend or whatever. But what ends up happening is it pulls back to where my minor level goes through the body of the entry candle, and I never trade that way normally. But it looks like when the overall trend bias is opposite, that this trade works out so, like, it works out so much. It's set up at least 4 or 5 times this week alone, and they all won. So I have to figure out how to trade that ASAP, because I'm missing out on additional trades without, you know, having to change anything. All right, let me go to sure we... Alright, I'm just waiting for the first pullback. I am looking for this sell, but I need the POC to be lower in the bar. And that depends on if it actually rejects here, because if it pushes up too far, it's going to invalidate itself. TikTok is stupid. Telling me to improve my shot performance, but you closed the damn thing down. So how can I improve it? Stupids. Oh, you know what? I'll ask these people my damn self. Chemical, pharmaceutical. Nice. All right. Next pullback is what I'm looking for. Let's see what happens Monday. 90 days is today, so my money should have been processing already. Unless they'll start doing it tomorrow, since today is 90 days. I still don't understand why they closed my shop, because they think I was doing something fraudulent because people were leaving reviews with no text in it. But what the fuck does that have to do with me? Like, I can't force people to leave reviews with text in it. The hell? Alright, I couldn't take that one. I'm looking for the next pullback again. Oh, this notebook. Of course. I'm surprised at how many people are trading the new contract. The new contract basically has half of the volume of this one. Green, red, red. We got an hour left. Let's see what happens Monday. There's several steps to it. Don't tell me what you think they've been doing. reject here or no? Nope. I was hoping we rejected in this bar right here. Create some divergence at my major level, but we pushed too far up. Even if this closes on my major level, the PLC is not going to be where I want it to be, so can't take the divergence, so I'm waiting on the pullback. This is so boring. So basically only have 2 valid trades so far. I even went and I looked at last Friday to see how many trades were valid last Friday. I can't even remember the number. I feel like it was 6, maybe 6 to 8, somewhere in between there. So far today, let's see. Oh, I need that to pull back. It's probably gonna pull back too far. This is making me sleepy. And I actually had a lot of sleep last night, but this market is making me tired. How did I start trading that account so early though? Renewed on the 1st. Oh, I probably just started trading it early because I felt like if anything it would last the whole 4 weeks instead of just 3. But I think I'm gonna continue to stick with my guns of waiting a full week. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see how next week, what happens next week. Especially with me feeling like the tweaks are so minor at this point. But that account that renews on the 1st, it still has like 1,700 drawdown left in it. It should survive. I mean, even though I did I start trading on Monday this week? I don't even remember, y'all. All these weeks are a blur. I feel like I did not. Oh yeah, I didn't. I think I started trading on Wednesday. It's just boring. Alright, I could remove that one now. But no sell. Just see what happens with the buy pullback. Gold looks like it will continue higher. Apex closed Discord again. They just need to shut it down completely. Next week is tricky. Wednesday close and rollover. I don't like rollover weeks. They need to make them changes to X about ASAP. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's probably not gonna happen until towards the end of the year. Or probably, I would say maybe towards the end of next quarter, maybe. And this is not because I've heard that. That's just what they just have way too many issues right now that they have to address. And changing payout structure and all that other stuff. No. I wonder why they closed. I need to go look. Is it because so many people are asking why they're being charged early or something? Let me look. I had a rhythmic do a little fake out position open, but it seems it never opened. It's just a visual glitch. Oh my god, are we still doing this, bro? Yeah, I just think they need to shut Discord down. Because honestly, all it becomes is just a complaint fest, and it's why I'm not active over there anymore. I just think the idea was great, but no. All right, we just pushed too far down from the VWAP, which is gonna be so good. Shut it down. Yeah, I think it just needs to be shut down. It's very annoying. Like, the whole purpose was to just be a place of peace for traders helping traders. And yeah, give some information when information needs to be given. However, what it's turned into is just a complaint fest, and I'm over it. Like, it defeats the whole purpose of having it, honestly. It's very irritating. I wanted to take that trade, but I couldn't. It pulled back to my middle level, and the POC was in the body, so I didn't take it. I wanted it to be in the wick. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to read what they're saying in the mod chat to figure out why they even closed the shit down. And then there's like 40,000 people, I think, in there now. And there's like, I can't even count the number of mods, honestly, because a lot of them are staff members that don't actually help out or anything. But, it's starting to really irritate me. I mean, I've been wanting to not be a mod for a while now anyway, just because I don't like being grouped in with the other mods' behaviors. But I'm over it. I really am. I'm gonna take this sale right here. As long as the POC stays pretty. Actually, I cannot. When did did a bar close? I didn't even see that. All right, so actually, I need the POC to stay low in the bar. I didn't see the volume change in the swing. Still not low enough. And then my other problem is, now this is some of the mods issues though, because we're volunteers, so just stop going in there. But some of them just get so focused on helping people and being worked up because of issues and things like that, that it starts affecting their trading. And it's just not worth it to me. Like, just get off. Are we gonna lose again? Yep. We might have pushed too strong off the zone. We'll see how it turns out, but I think we might have pushed too hard off of it. It's trying to push through, but it's rejecting at my minor level right now. But yeah, they start blowing accounts and all kind of stuff because, you know, it's messing with their psyche doing all of this. And, you know, a lot of times they're waiting on the staff members to help with certain things and not leave them in the dark, or not, like, for a minute they didn't want the main chat to be open because it's like, if we don't have answers about Tradeovate, why are we opening it? Like, you guys are kind of throwing us out to the wolves. And I 1,000,000,000% understand where they're coming from. So I don't know. Like, I think yesterday at one point there was 15,000 people active in the Discord. And I just feel like whether you bring in more mods or not, I don't know. I feel like it was a great gesture. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that other companies' Discords are not so irritating. But other companies are also not having some of the issues that Apex has. So it's like, will the Discord be better once all the issues are gone? I don't know. Because I feel like with as frequent as some of the issues have been, now as soon as one person says they have an issue, everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon because everybody wants the free resets, and now it's just a shit show again, you know? And yeah, it's very annoying. Reverse order, $20, bash the close button. And I also feel like gray names should not be able to talk in, honestly, any channel. I think it needs to be a certain period of time that they have to be in the Discord without being able to talk, like maybe a week or something, and then maybe they're able to talk. I don't know, but the gray names are probably the most annoying. Probably a bunch of kids and gamblers in there anyway. For the most part, should have never made moderator. Wait, I shouldn't have been a moderator? Hold up. Once they started answering questions, you open a can of worms. It can be, yeah, exactly. And see, so this is the thing. I always have been the person where, because out of most of the moderators in there right now, I was a moderator first. I was there when the Discord first opened. I was one of the first people to be asked to be a moderator. It did not take long, right? Especially because they had always seen how much I was answering questions in the Apex Facebook group or whatever. Cool. I used to always just answer with the FAQ link. Go read. Or I might answer the question in a very short form, but here, go read. Well, some of the mods kind of felt like it was, and they weren't talking about me, they were talking about someone else. They didn't like how whenever that people asked questions, they would just post a link as a reply because they felt like it wasn't as personable, I guess. But that's not what people need to read. Why are you relying on a random person on the internet? Yes, I'm a mod and I should have the right answer, but sometimes I don't have the right answer. Like last week, I think it was, somebody asked about DCAing. It might have been 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. And they said something about the contract size of the DCA position. And I was like, well, it has to be up to whatever your original contract size was, because I remember that I either heard that in a video or read it somewhere. Now, I think that information was probably outdated, obviously. I think that when it was put out, that was that was before all the videos and all of that stuff came out about it or whatever. So that's likely what the issue was. So, someone corrected me. No, that's not true. You can put as many contracts as you want, even if it's more than your original position. I went to the consistency FAQ. I read it and was like, oh yeah, you're right. My bad. It's so much new information. And I read the new consistency FAQ, but there's so much information on there that's actually irrelevant to me that if it's irrelevant to me, sometimes it just goes out of my head. You know what I mean? But aside from that, people just don't want to fucking read. And it reminds me of people in network marketing who are like, I used to call them, because in network marketing, your position was an IBO, an independent business owner. That's what most of the time you're considered, right? Because you're a contractor, just like in Apex, you're a contractor. And I just feel like so many of these people are not independent in any way, shape, or form. And I'm trying to figure out, how do you think that you'll be successful with trading when you can't even read a freaking FAQ? I don't get it. Now, if somebody comes to me, like I have people in my DMs and they'll be like, hey, I'm confused about XYZ, but the way that they ask the question, I can tell that they read and they legit just, it's confusing them, whether it's a language barrier or whatever. Cool. But some of these people legit are just not fucking reading, and I don't get it. I just don't get it. Why wouldn't you want to be well versed on the platforms or the rules of what you're trying to trade to become wealthy, to add some additional income? Like, why wouldn't you want to know all that? I just don't understand. Legit, I don't get it. And I just don't understand how they expect to be successful. And I get it. The FAQ is a bit much. It is. I think it's way overloaded with information. But I do believe that they've been doing a better job of condensing some of this stuff. I mean, some of the pages, like the consistency page, that needs all of that information. It goes through DCA and stop losses and, you know, risk management and all of these things. So some of those, yeah, fine. But I just don't understand why people just can't freaking search for shit and keep it moving. Like, it's a little insane to me, just a tad. Just a tad. All right, let's see if we push up from here. I would like to see it rotate over this VWAP and buy rotation level. We pushed so far that my entry candle will close below the rotation level. I'm not going to take the trade, but I'm hoping that we reject here, but it's looking like it doesn't want to. Or not reject, but continue up. Reject the downtrend is what I mean. If it goes down 2 bars, then that'll invalidate the trade though. There's 1 bar. And there's a second. All right, we're invalidated. That's a lot of the world, to be honest. People would sign to harvest their organs if they fail to challenge. And I literally, that is so true. I mean, think about when all the enforcement of the rules came out. How many people were like, why is Apex creating new rules? New what? I'm confuzzled. So clearly you've never read the FAQ. Clearly you never read the agreement when you first signed up for the eval. And if you ever got to a PA, you never read the freaking PA agreement. A lot of stuff, like, I will legit read that thing backwards and forwards because I need to know what I'm signing. But people just don't do that. They don't. And I don't get it. I just don't. It looks like they it looks like they shut it down because a bunch of people are reporting ghost orders from Rhythmic, or if they have Tradeovate and they use NinjaTrader. However, some of these people like are just doing things wrong. I mean, I've been trading all morning. I've told the mods to stop telling people they're not having issues and they're not having ghost orders because I've seen video proof of the ghost orders. And also, like, even if it's not a widespread issue, you cannot tell people they're not having an issue. Now, it could be user error because some of these people are mashing the close button, and that's what happens. You get put in reverse orders constantly. You're in a constant loop. So if you mash the close button 3 times, you're going to be put into 3 reverse orders. That's not a ghost order. Back probably 6 months ago, a ghost order for me was not me being placed in a trade that I'm not supposed to be in. The ghost order was, there's an order on my chart that's orange. It either went past my entry and never put me in and I can't close it, or there are times where like I entered the trade, I'm out of the trade, it's hitting my take profit, but on my screen the order is still orange and it's still going in NinjaTrader, but in Rhythmic it's gone. That was a ghost order for me. Anything that was an orange order. Ghost orders for them now is it's putting me in trades I'm not supposed to be in. And some of these people are legit just leaving hanging orders. They're not using OCO brackets in NinjaTrader, or in Tradeovate they forget that, hey, I need to cancel this other order. That's what is happening with some people. But I'm never going to tell people they're not having any issues though. I just won't do that. And I even told them, as I said, I don't know if you guys remember this, but at one point, I came into the mod chat and I told you guys that I was having an issue where I got into a trade and I was filled at a price. That price didn't hit until minutes later, like not minutes later. So then of course, well, there's no issues on my end. I haven't had issues all morning. There's no issues. There's no issues. Every single mod in that channel told me there was no issues and that was impossible and that it had to be something on my end. And I had to tell them my computer is more powerful than all of y'all's. And I'm pretty sure my internet is way faster than all of y'all. So what y'all not going to do is that. Now, after that, I end up getting a call about 2 hours later. Hey, first I got a message. Are you busy? No, I'm not. What's up? I'm going to call you. I get a call that says, most of the time when I see people that are complaining about stuff, not to say I don't believe them, but a lot of people just want free resets, or a lot of people are just bandwagoners. And they were like, but you don't ever complain about anything. And I know that your computer is fast and your internet is fast. So because you said something and because of the nature of the issue, I went and took a look, and I had the team take a look, and there was a quotes issue for 3 minutes on Rhythmic. If you traded in that 3 minutes, you got screwed on your entries. But if you did not trade in those 3 minutes, you didn't have a problem. So what I've done is I found all of the few accounts, because there wasn't a lot. I scalp, right? So if you don't scalp, you probably didn't trade in those 3 minutes. But they were like, we found all the accounts that were affected in those 3 minutes. We have fixed them that quickly. It's not anything that needs to be a notice or anything. And thank you for letting us know. I never went in that mod chat and said, you motherfuckers are stupid and y'all y'all were wrong. I ain't do none of that. I let it go quietly. But recently, when I told them to stop telling people they're not having issues, I had to let them know, just so y'all know, when all of y'all were telling me I didn't have an issue, there was an issue. And because none of y'all traded in that 3 minutes, and it took me more than 3 minutes to come in there to say something in the chat, of course y'all didn't have issues. Y'all weren't affected. But that's the very reason why y'all should shut up and eat y'all food. Don't tell people they're not having issues because you're not having issues, unless they ask you. Now, yes, I did ask and say, is anybody having issues? But I also said exactly what my issue was. So it wasn't that they said that they didn't have issues at the time. For me, the problem was telling me that getting filled at a price that didn't hit till minutes later was something on my end. What? Not when my data lag is 0.02 seconds. Not when my internet speed is 650 megabytes per second upload and download. Not when I have 64 gigs of RAM on my laptop. Nah. We not even finna do that. But that's what they do. Yeah. I got a phone call. Remind me to never get in an argument with you. Applejacks. All of my friends say the same thing. I remember about one of my best friends. I forgot what we was talking about, but he said something to me and then I said something back and he was like, you know what, Key, never mind, because all you're going to do is sit here and have a disagreement with me and then you're going to win the argument and I don't feel like dealing with that today. Because, like, don't do that. Don't do that. Nutty is doing $100 giveaway. Everyone's still going on and on about the new rules. It's so annoying. I'm just ready for them to enact it because I don't really have a problem with it. I really don't. I think it'll be a good change, honestly. Even though I'm not going to lie, one of the things that turned me off with, I think it's Top Step. Doesn't Top Step do the whole, yes, Top Step is the one where you have to have 5 trading days of $200. I didn't really like that at first, but after watching the 17 million hours of videos talking about the scams and schemes and stuff like that, I get it now. And even when he was talking about how people have changed flipping from, all right, I just want this trading day real quick, let me get in, get out, and keep it moving. They went from that to, okay, well, this ain't gonna be flipping, but I normally make $300 a day. I'm gonna just take like 5 trades, make $25 and keep it moving. It ain't really my strategy, but I don't really want to risk how I normally risk. So let me just make it more than just this one trade for, $1. So I get it. And I like the fact that they're only requiring it for half the accounts. Now, initially, and someone, I think we talked about this maybe in Discord last week, because initially I was like, I don't really know if I like the $150 for 4 out of 8 days on a 25K account. I feel like it should be less for a 25K account. But let me tell you, and this is what I didn't think about. On a 25K account, you have to get to $1,600 to get a payout anyway, right? So if you take $1,600 and you divide that by 10 trading days of what it is right now, you have to average $160 a day anyway. So when he put it that way, I was like, oh shoot, I didn't realize that. Like, I didn't think about that. So yeah, I'm cool with the $150 for 4 out of 8 trading days. I don't really see that as being a problem at all. Not you gotta say something. Have you ever received a payout from Apex, and what's the threshold? What's the threshold on what account? I have not received a payout from Apex because I've been developing my own strategy. And I'm not stupid enough to put my PA at risk. I do have one PA, and I'm not putting it at risk to get a payout when I know my strategy is not right yet. But I've gotten payouts on live accounts. I've been trading for a long time. So I wouldn't even say I'm new to props. I bought my first prop account 2 years ago, but I didn't really start focusing on trading again until August of this year. But what's your question in regards to the threshold though? Because I do know a lot about the rules. 50K. So your account needs to reach 52.6 as the balance in order to get a maximum withdrawal of $2,000. And of course, once you get to 52.6 as a balance, then your trailing drawdown stops. And it will go back to 50,100, and it'll stay static there until you blow the account. And I will leave you this. See you, Amelia. Be safe, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you Monday. I'll leave you this link, Fendi, so that you can see. Is that the one? Yeah, you scroll towards the bottom, you're going to see what the minimum balance has to be for each withdrawal period for each account size, just in case you ever decide that you want to use a different account size than a 50K. But it's close to the bottom. And it'll also tell you what the maximum withdrawal amount is for each account size as well. But yeah, hopefully, hopefully, I'm hoping that this week, with maybe a little bit of studying this weekend, I don't have really much to do at this point. I've kind of did most of it while I was trading today. But what I'm hoping is that I can have one really good week, hopefully next week, so that I can start trading my PA the week of the 24th. My goal initially was to try to at least reach a payout by my birthday, but my birthday is in 2 weeks, so that's not going to happen. So if I can just get to my first payout period being the end of next month, I would be cool with that. I'm not in a rush though. Not in a rush. Because what I don't want to do is be one of those people who blows through PAs, because first of all, the higher my account number, the more I feel like I'm failing, right? My highest account number is 24 right now after 2 years. And it's only been that way because back then, and I talk about this all the time, but back then the best discount you got was 50%. So when a 60% came out for renewal, I canceled whatever I had renewed, and got new accounts, which of course gives you higher account numbers. And then once the 70% came out, I did the same thing. Once the 80% came out, I did the same thing. My account number 24, right now is just because of the arithmetic issues we had last week. It screwed up one of my accounts, so they had to cancel and give me a new one basically. But yeah, I don't want to cycle through PAs. Even if people are getting, great payouts, it just, for me, it looks bad for me to have 100 PAs, no matter how much money I make from them. So my goal is, by the time I'm ready to start trading on my PAs, I don't want to cycle through them. I don't. I want to be able to keep my initial ones and never have to worry about failing them. But, a lot of people fail them because they're YOLOing, they're gambling. They know they don't really have a trading system, but they're just so thirsty to get to a payout that that's all that really matters to them. And I just don't want to be that person. I don't. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it at all. So I feel like right now I'm the closest that I've ever been to finalizing my strategy. I just have to get these last little kinks out before I go back to intraday swing trading, which I don't want to do, but man. All right, the POC is too low. I do have like 25 minutes left to trade. We'll see if, now that it looks like we might be getting a breakout finally, we'll see what happens. The point of control is still kind of low right now, so I might not be able to take this pullback, but hopefully we could just push out of this consolidation zone and actually start trading. But we'll see. We will see. Nope. Okay. Or you could do that too. I didn't really want to chance this buy right here, and I think I'm glad I didn't. We'll see. If it wins, that's fine. But I kind of like the POC to be in a certain place when there's a double bottom. When my entry bar is a double bottom. I wasn't too worried about us pushing off of the buy rotation zone, buy rotation level. I'm not too worried about the color changing twice because we're going in the direction of the trend. But I don't really like that we're trading in this zone though, because this is the zone that changed it to an uptrend. So I'm not much of a fan of that. And we pushed out, so I would have been fine. So maybe I don't need to care about where the point of control is on the double bottom entry bar, unless it's just my regular pullback, not a pullback to my middle or major level. But yeah, that was a pretty big pullback, but everything set up just fine. It was the zone that threw me off, and we really only trade inside the zones when the market is super choppy. What does a 5-minute look like? Well, yeah. This is a 5-minute, like legit just chopping around. So I have to just kind of get used to knowing when I can trade in the change zones and when I cannot. And just kind of going from there. What will I pay to get a 50K account with the discount? So right now is my birthday June the 28th? No, it's the 25th. It's the day Michael Jackson died. A 50K is a 71% discount right now. Minus 71%. That's not right. Oh, I'm stupid. Why did I put 50? I'm dumb. Hold on. 50K, put in 50. That's not right. All right, that's not right at all. Hold on, let me go look at I've 50K full is usually 167. My bad. 167 minus 71%. 48 bucks. 48 bucks. I really could have chanced it there, but with me already being negative from all the trades that are now rules of don't enter there, I just didn't really want to chance it. If I was positive, I would have, but yeah. So it's looking like if we end here, the account that needs to pass or fail today has 1,400 drawdown in it. So I'm basically gonna come back, or not come back to stream, but I'll come back to the charts from 2 to 3, trade 7 contracts twice, and it'll either blow or I'll at least get back to full drawdown. If I get back to full drawdown, I won't trade this account again until the 24th. So next week I'll still be trading 2 accounts, but I definitely want to see what we can do with the account that has the $700 balance in it from me doing the same thing that I'm going to do this afternoon. I think I will try it. I've been trying to understand your charts. Is it private info? Yeah. Mainly just because I'm still developing my strategy, so there's really no need for me to put any information out about it because my rules are ever changing at the moment. I've been kind of trading the same way as far as trading pullbacks and divergence and stuff since I started like dipping back into trading last year. Excuse me. But even though I'm trading the same setups, the actual strategy, the rules for entry has changed dramatically 3 times, with the last time being a couple of weeks ago. So, or about maybe a month ago, I think. I don't know, something like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So, but what I can tell you, so this is a Renko chart. This is a 30-second chart. I only have the 30-second chart here just because most people trade with time. So it's just to show like that even though I'm trading price-based candles, it still follows the structure a lot of times of time-based charts. And because I scalp, it typically will follow a 30-second or a 10-second chart. So I just have a 30-second so that I don't have to switch it from a 10-second once we get further into the session. So yeah, I've been trading Renko charts for a long time. I was first introduced to Renko charts 10 years ago, and it's my preferred chart type because it's the most price-based chart type. Because for me and my logical brain, trading price action on candles that rely on time is weird. it works for a lot of people, but it's just weird and my brain just does not compute. Now, when I used to intraday swing trade, yeah, I did trade on time-based charts, but for scalping, definitely not. So these are Ninja Rinkos. They're free on ninja.co. There's different type of Rinko candles. There's O Rinkos, Uni Rinkos, regular Rinkos, Ninja Rinkos, King Rinkos. There's different types. And basically, my settings are 16 ticks and 1 tick. So what that means is the brick size from open to close is 16 ticks. And then the threshold is 1 tick. So from the high of this candle to the reversal, it has to go 32 ticks in the downtrend direction to close the reversal bar down. And then every time we reach a new low in this trend by 1 tick, it's going to close a bar. So if my tick threshold was, say, 4 ticks, it would need to go 4 ticks in this direction to close a new bar. I've tried different Rinko settings over the years that I've been trading. And the Nasdaq was literally the only instrument where I didn't have a 1 tick threshold for a long time until like March of this year. But I just feel like Rinko shows the trends very well, because for me, one of the other reasons why I don't really like trading a time-based chart is because I feel like there's a lot left up for interpretation. What some people see as a lower high, other people will not, or a higher low, or whatever. With Rinkos, you can't deny it. Like, this is legit a lower high. No matter what, it's a lower high. This is obviously a zigzag indicator, and this zigzag is based on, I don't know if it's order flow per se, but I know it's based off of volume. So there's regular zigzags where like this downtrend would show red no matter what because it's a downtrend. But with that particular zigzag, it does not do that. It's based on volume. And then for the most part, aside from that, I just use different versions of half trends. I use 3 different versions. One to give me the minor trend, a middle trend, and a major trend bias. So my background being green is because my trend bias for my major trend, which is based on the half trend, is an uptrend. Everything else, all the other lines on the chart are basically just different levels of support and resistance. I use the prior day open, high, low, close, because those levels are important. The current day open, high, low, because those levels for me are important as well. I use the order flow VWAP, which is any zigzag lines that you see, like the this yellow line is the order flow VWAP. It's kind of flat, but and what else? I do an overnight high and low just so I can see that that's this line and this line. And then I have pivot levels, support and resistance. That's it. So basically I am just trading pullbacks and divergence, and I am looking at where the point of control is in my entry bar to determine if I want to enter or not. And that's what I just started doing about 4 weeks ago. That's that. You use zigzag also? I trade Rinkos also, but I use the plain Jane bricks with the wicks. These are just bricks with wicks as well, but it's probably just the different settings that you have. Like, what settings do you use? What are the high probability setups on Rinkos? Like, if you see this pattern, it plays out 70% of the time. Honestly, what I have found so far, and this is going to sound very weird, but my divergent setups are probably the highest probability, followed by any pullback to my middle or major level. The only reason I'm going to say pullbacks to my minor level right now is not the highest probability, which you would think that it would be, is only because that's the only setup that I have that I'm still kind of like making tweaks to. And it's probably because like when we pull back to the minor level, it's not as big of a pullback. So it's a lot more sensitive. basically, to the trend. And that's where I'm kind of having, I wouldn't really say trouble, but that's the part that I'm really trying to figure out now, is that part. I think I kind of almost have it figured out, but yeah, I would just say everything except my regular pullbacks right now. That would be my guess. But I especially love the alternate divergence, which is the lower high to higher high. That type of divergence is my absolute favorite. I do not lose very often on that divergence at all. At all. The regular higher high to higher high can be kind of iffy sometimes. One thing that I've learned about that one though is like on Fridays, I cannot take those divergence trades off of the new high and lows. I cannot do that. Now the thing is, if you prefer swing trading, intraday swing trading, you can find high probability setups with Rinkos, but you have to increase your Rinko size. The reason why I have to be so specific with my rules is because I'm scalping, right? And so with the brick size only being 4 points, 4 points, we know is not a lot on Nasdaq at all. So that's why it's so sensitive with certain things. But I feel like if you wanted to intraday swing trade, that you would be fine to do that on higher Rinko settings. Okay, that needs to be the body. How much time we got? 10 minutes, 11 minutes. I really stop at 10:46. Why not regular Rinkos? These technically are regular Rinkos though. It's just the setting that you use. Give me one. I'm probably gonna get into this buy right here. We're inside the trailing stop. It's kind of tricky because we're one tick away from this trailing stop right here. But I'm gonna chance it because why not? That's what we're here for, right? That's what the experimentation is all about. Gotta get it all out my system because next week we need to know. Hopefully next week is not so choppy though. But I told you guys, the choppy days are the days where I learn the most from. Because what happens on trending days, those same setups don't work as well. It's not so much room for error. All right, we did not reject there. Oh, don't be sorry for the questions. You're fine. I promise you're fine. Let's see. And actually, I don't like that trade, and I just might have screwed myself. Go hit the break even, please. I think I just screwed myself. The POC was where I wanted it to be initially, but then it literally stopped right on the top of the zone, and I'm probably going to lose the trade because of that. It literally just hit there right when the freaking bar closed. And I don't like taking trades when the point of control is right on any level. If it loses, that's just, I mean, that's something that I can't really control. It hit there at the last second. All right, cool. We got out. And look at that. As soon as I got filled on the break even, I would have lost. And that's why I'm so particular on where the freaking point of control is. Legit, out of nowhere, just stopped on the line. But yeah, what Rinko settings do you use? And What's that? So trenches, I think it's the 40 that shows trends best if you like to like do more of intraday swing trading. I feel like it's the 40 tick. I can't remember all the way, but this is what I like to say. With Rinkos, whether you want to scalp or swing trade, whatever you want to do, however many ticks you would prefer to get out of a trade, you need to have a Rinko size that's somewhere around that, give or take a few ticks. So let's say you like to go for, I don't know, 40 ticks. Use a 40 tick chart. Your entries would be at the close of a bar. Your stop loss needs to be a couple of ticks beyond 40 ticks. I usually like 2 ticks beyond whatever, or 2 ticks more than your entry bar is, or your brick size is. And I like to kind of do it that way. And yeah, enter at the close of the bars and go on about your business. But I know a few people that like 40 tick charts. The only other thing that you have to figure out is what threshold do you like. I feel like a 1 tick threshold shows the trends the best. But I know people who use like a 12 and 4 chart, a 40 and 4 chart. There's so many different settings for Rinkos. But I also feel like it's so much easier to see consolidation before it happens, especially if you like to use certain indicators. Certain indicators can actually show you things that's going to happen way before it does. But like, this is from the 12th. I wanted to choose a day that wasn't so choppy, but this is from the 12th. So like, all right, we got a clear break of structure. There's the first pullback, and that's definitely more than 40 bars. So it's just a matter of you kind of figuring out how you want to enter. Some people use Rinkos and they use it in combination with like EMAs or SMAs and stuff like that. There's so many different ways to trade with Rinkos. So many. Just gotta find what works for you. Just like if you trade time-based charts or tick-based charts, whatever, just find what works for you. But I think that like if you have a really good strategy that you like to trade on time-based charts, I don't think it's a bad idea to use that for your structure, whether that's how you determine supply and demand, support and resistance, however you like to trade, but get the more precise entry on a Rinko chart. That's typically the best thing for you to do. So like if you like trading support and resistance, right? All right, here's a support level. A lot of people, when they're trading time-based charts, and this is why a lot of people DCA, but they will enter like somewhere, maybe I enter right at the top of the zone for the buy. And then if it goes a little bit against me and we get halfway into the box, I'm going to enter a second trade, and that's their DCA position. But then once it fails, then what? A lot of times, if you're going to trade support and resistance, your best bet is to allow price to come somewhere in this zone, get on a Rinko chart and look for the higher low on a Rinko chart. Because remember, since it's time-based, you could kind of sit here for a little minute before it actually goes. Well, if you just wait for price to come, get the higher low, and then trade, you'll be fine. I think that's a great way to use Rinkos, personally. $10 points, 10, 20, 30. I feel it's too close using tick charts. Oh, you feel like it's close to using tick-based charts. I want to do Apex, but I don't understand NinjaTrader. What platform do you use? So you use a 10-point Rinko, which is, 40 ticks. That's what I just showed. But it depends on how you use it, though, because where is it at? I think I might have closed it. So I know some people who like to look at Rinkos like this. Now this I do not like, but some people do. And some people like to do this because it shows them consolidation a little bit better, especially when the bars kind of paint next to each other. Let me find a good area. Like this. They'll kind of wait for a price to do this, and they'll draw a little zone, and then they'll wait for one bar to paint on one side of it, and then they'll enter this bar for the 16 ticks, and boom, they're out. Same thing here. You got the same little consolidation area right here. You wait for one bar to paint, you enter on this one, go for 16 ticks. Same thing here. So there's different ways of trading Rincos, right? But like I said, it's just a matter of how you like to see things. And yeah, I used to trade with Rincos that were like this because that was kind of one of the only ways, or one of the only versions of Rincos back then. But now there's just been so many other versions out. So you could do the same thing here. Consolidation, let one bar paint on each side, take a trade here, 16 ticks you out. Now this one would have stopped you out, but it also depends because how far back is your stop loss. But you can see most of the time you'll end up winning. All right, we got... All right, there's no way for me to take this. Now, if you did like a... So I wonder, do you trade with your charts looking like this? Oh, you use MT5. I got you. So that's a 40 tick chart, which is the 10 points. That's how regular Rincos with wicks look. But I just like how the trends look on the other version of Rincos. Oh, session is over. So you're used to trading with Forex. Okay, so here's the good thing about NinjaTrader. Let me go log into my account real quick. Wait, not that. The good thing about NinjaTrader is, of all the platforms that you can use for futures, NinjaTrader has, you know how like with MT4 and MT5, you have a lot of indicators that are available to you. Same thing with NinjaTrader. A lot of other platforms don't have as vast, like a huge variety of indicators that are available because most vendors create indicators for NinjaTrader and no other platform. I don't know if it's like a coding thing or what, but when you log into a NinjaTrader account, which you don't, if you're going to trade with Apex or you want to create your account now why would y'all do this? You want to create the account after you get an Apex account or whatever. But anyway, when you log into the back office, there's a learn tab and you can go through platform training, and it'll teach you everything: how to trade with the DOM, ATM strategies, which is what I use. So when I enter a trade, automatically a stop loss and take profit is there. If I want to do a trailing stop, which I do have one, I have an auto break even and a trailing stop as well. But they have really good training back here to teach you how to use the platform. And then they also have now I'm not as much of a fan of their, what is it? It's not an FAQ, but they have basically a written version of all of this stuff, which that's more so good for like if you want to understand how to use the ATM, which ATM stands for Advanced Trade Management, and it's just how you automatically have stop losses and take profits and stuff. But learning how to set some of that stuff up, it's really good to go through the other part, but at least the platform training with the videos is really, really good information. And I'm pretty sure you can access that probably on YouTube as well. Let's see if it's on YouTube. Maybe not. It looks like it might be embedded from like Vimeo or something. But I think that of all the platforms that I've used, NinjaTrader is definitely my preferred for sure. Let me show you guys the accounts real quick and what my trailing drawdown is. But I can tell you that I've traded with a Forex prop firm before. And to me, futures props are way better. Way better. You just have to find the one that you like the most. Whether it's going to be end of day drawdown, trailing drawdown, all of that is up to you. You have to find the one that has the rules that you like the most and kind of go from there. From there, you use market structure, short and long-term zigzag, fractals, stochastics, and Fibonacci. Yeah, all of that. You have access to all of that. All right, before I go into the, hold on, let me show you. I'll just put it on this chart just because. But, all right, so you do zigzags. I'm assuming by fractals you mean Wiseman fractals. You use stochastic, which they have that, and then you use Fibonacci. I don't know if you use Fibonacci pivots or what, but either way, all of that stuff is available on NinjaTrader. I think the only thing that's not available on NinjaTrader, unless you have a lifetime license, is order flow, VWAP, and well, order flow tools, and what's the other stuff, like the volumetric bars and stuff. Did this just, oh, because it's trying to load it. Some stuff I don't, but yeah, either way, you have access to all of those. I'm having issues with my NinjaTrader right now, so some of the objects are not formulating properly. I have to rebuild my charts, but that's why I just froze just now. But yeah, you have access to all of that. All right, this is what the accounts are sitting at, you guys, going into next week. Again, for this account right here, I'm gonna come back at 2 o'clock and take my setups from 2 to 3 o'clock in power hour and see if I can, I'm either gonna fail the account purposely so I can get the free reset on Monday, or I'm going to try to get the full drawdown back to $2,500. Account 24, I mean, I'm not touching that one, but we still have $1,800 of drawdown left in that account, and I have 2 more weeks to trade that before it needs to pass or fail. So we'll just kind of see. What I'm hoping is that with all of the adjustments that I've made this week, the small minor tweaks that I needed to make today, because I had rules for setups where I didn't even have enough of a sample size to even make that a rule. So I mean, with 5 weeks of data, if I don't have but a couple of trades with that particular setup, it just needs to be null and void, because 5 weeks is a long time for a particular setup to only set up twice or 4 times or something like that. So I'm really wanting to kind of condense and only trade the setups that have the highest probability, and they set up enough to where my sample size is big enough where I'm comfortable with the rules. Because I really want, if we have pretty good price action next week, even though we are going to miss 1 day of trading next week, if we have pretty decent price action in those 4 days, I'm hoping that I can get the account that has, I'm only like $1,800 away from passing it. No, not 1,800. I'm 2,300 away from passing it. I want to at least get half of that done next week, finish the next half the following week, and that way I can start trading my PAs by the end of the month. So we'll kind of see. Yeah, definitely look into it. I can tell you, because I am very transparent, the 71% off sale that they have going on is not the best sale that you're going to get. The best sale is 90%, but 90% does not happen often, so don't wait on 90%. But the 80% sale is really good. And I'll tell you the difference. So it was what, $48 for the 71% sale, right? 48. So the 80% sale is $33. So you're talking about a difference of $15. Now, if you don't care much about $15, go for the 71%. A lot of people don't care, especially if you have a really good strategy. Honestly, if you have a good strategy on Forex, it's going to translate really well into futures, because with futures, you don't have all the huge spreads and things like that. So there's a lot of things that you don't have to worry about in futures that you have to deal with in Forex, especially like manipulation. I mean, just all kind of things like that. But yeah, it's also currently a 1 day to pass. Normally, you have to have 7 trading days in order to pass your eval to be able to transfer it to a performance account, a PA. So unlike Forex props, where a lot of Forex props are 2-step, where like, oh, I have to hit this target within 60 days or within 30 days, and then I have to do the target again within 60 days, and then I get funded. With most futures props, if not all, I'm not sure, but most futures props is just a 1-step process. So once you reach the target, the profit target in whatever specified time, which right now is 1 day to pass, but usually it's 7, then you're able to convert to a funded account, and you kind of go from there. So yeah, hopefully, yeah, $48 is not that bad. I mean, if you're used to futures or Forex props, $48 is nothing. Okay. A lot of Forex props are like $650 for a $100,000 account. So that's why a lot of the prices don't really bother me much in futures, because I'm used to that one time $650. And with $48 a month, you know, until you pass it, you could basically pay that for 10 months before you pay for that one time that you did with a Forex prop. You know what I mean? So you only trade futures NQ. Yeah, you'll be good though. You'll be good. But yeah, they do have an FAQ, which I've already left you the link for one of the things, but definitely when you go to the site and you click the FAQ, there is let me see. They have like a welcome. All right, here. I'll post this for you because there's like a welcome FAQ that you can go through where it talks about the instruments you can trade, the countries that are available, just different things like that, the times that your trades have to be closed by. Just that stuff is pretty simple and straightforward, but definitely pay attention to the consistency. Did I give you? No, I didn't give you the consistency. I gave you the how do payouts work, but this is the consistency one, which you want to read as well. Because they do have a consistency rule, a flipping rule, things like that, dollar cost averaging. There's different rules that you want to make sure that you're aware of. It's not a whole lot, but you just want to be well versed on that, because what you don't want to do is get denied a payout because you didn't know the rules. With evals, you can do whatever you want. You could trade news, you can max contracts, you can do whatever you want. Also, it's a monthly subscription until you cancel. But so I know like with Forex props, if you don't pass in that certain period of time, but you're negative on the account, you just fail. But if you get it back to at least 1 cent in profit, they give you the free reset or the free retry. With Apex, if you fail the account, okay, and your monthly renewal comes back up. So let's say that you failed the account today and you renew on the 17th or the 18th or something. Don't cancel the account because they're going to reset it for you. So you'll be back at full drawdown and you'll be back to a full balance. As long as your account is in a failed status or a failed state, when your renewal comes back up, you get a free quote unquote reset. And I say it's a free reset because they do have reset fees that you can pay if you want to reset before your renewal comes up. And I think that's the most important things, if I'm not mistaken. But if you do purchase an account, feel free to use my code. It's at the bottom. It's my name. But yeah, hopefully you tune in next week. And if you have other questions, if you have a Discord, you can reach out to me there. And if you're not in the Apex Discord, I will post the link here. I think the main chat might be closed down right now, but you can join the Discord there so you can see the happenings. And yeah, that's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Explain the last part about consistency. So really quickly, with the consistency rule, when you reach your payout, when you go to request a payout on your performance account, your funded account, one day out of the 10 trading days that you have to trade in order to be able to request a payout, no one day can be more than 30% of your total profit on the account when you request a payout. So for instance, let's say that you have $3,000 in your 50K account when you go to request a payout. If you multiply the 3,000 by 0.3, that means that no one day can be more than $900 of a profit. They do not require you to have like right now a certain number of days of profit or anything like that. If you have a negative day, it does not affect you. But out of 10 trading days, no one day can be more than $900. Now, it's not a hard, fast rule, meaning that if one of your days is $950, they're not going to automatically deny your payout. They're going to look at how consistent you are with your contract sizing, with, as far as how many trades you might take a day. So they just look for consistency. So if you're at $950 for one of the days, but you've been trading your strategy consistently, you'll still get approved as long as you didn't break any other rule. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. And yes, thank you for using my code. But yeah, if you have questions, you can reach out on Discord, or you could wait till Monday when I'm back live. But have a great weekend. Online safety, you as well. Be safe. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early. I was going to say tomorrow morning, not tomorrow. Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Be safe this weekend and enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you guys Monday. Bye, guys.